Hello, welcome back. This is Teepee Woman. I'm going to teach you how to make this handle for a willow basket. Okay, now, here we have the basket. Now, I'm going to see if I can aim this camera so you can actually see what's going on here. There, that's better. Okay, now what I've done, I showed you in the last one, was I cut the ends of these long willow pieces. You can see how they're cut there at the bottom. I have to put it down on the ground so I can point to it. Okay, you see how it's cut here and here. Okay, I took one piece and I pushed it down, and it's very difficult to push them in. It's very tight. So I pushed it in. Now that's in, and then I did the other side here and I pushed it in too. You have to be very careful finding enough room, and yet you want them across from each other so that you're going to have a basket with the handles lined up properly. Now this basket is quite lopsided, but that's just sort of the way I do things. But if I soak it in water, I could soak it and then try and push this side back to make it round. That might be what I'll end up doing. Okay, so what I did is I put the butt end of this big one, this big long green one, I put the butt end of that in first, and then I bent it over up here at the top. I decided how tall I wanted the handle, and then I bent it and I pushed it in down on this side. Now you see it's a very thin side here, okay? Actually, wait, I'm telling you wrong. First I put in the big one on this side and the big one on the other side. Then I bent them over. So I put this in alongside the big one. And I could have woven them so that the birch bark was on the other sides, but going through the willow was going to make it difficult. So I just left it the way it is. Okay, so now I've got two of them in, and I tried to make them so they're even. When I push them together, they are even all the way up, and I had to bend and push as I was bending this at the top. Now you can see this one piece is sticking up here. That's just, I'm not sure if I should cut that off. I probably should make it even. Okay, the way to cut them off, I have these handy clippers. See, and you cut them off. These clippers work one way. Well, they work both ways, but you can see that the actual blade is on one side. The fat part that cuts is on the left, and the slicing part is on the right. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cut it as close to possible. So I'll put the slicing part right alongside it, and then I snip it. And so that should make a nice close cut. I can go back and even it up later. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 4 more pieces for each side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have smaller pieces, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. And they're going to be standing straight up. I'm going to put them in on this side, so there'll be 4 new ones on this side and 4 new ones on this side. See, I have some willow over here that I've already cut. And I'm going to use smaller ones so that when I've got them in, then I'm going to wrap this. And it's going to go around and around and around and around and around. Won't go that many times. And then once I get to the end, I'll show you in another video how I will attach them and make an X, so it looks pretty nice when you're done. Okay, so that's step 2 of making a basket handle.